Just talking? Well, what's the show about? About nothing.
You guys just heard Richard Branson try to one-up Jeff Bezos
Yep.
by leapfrogging him into space.
He said, fuck it, we're going to space now.
Going now.
Let's go.
If you guys didn't hear, Richard Branson, the billionaire famous for Virgin Airlines, also Virgin Records from back in the day.
Yeah.
He got basically decided he was going to beat Jeff Bezos, jumped into his plane, went to space.
Yep.
Did so. What did it? So he did actually go to space,
Yes,
right?
he is
so this
considered an astronaut, yeah.
because he broke. So NASA did declare it. Because I guess in order to be officially an astronaut or into space, NASA says you have to be 50 miles above the atmosphere of the Earth. Now, I think there's another barrier that's at 53 miles above the atmosphere. And then Jeff Bezos says he's going to 60 miles. So
It's pretty much who has the bigger dick.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. They're measuring all the way to space.
Yeah.
And then is Elon going to beat all of them, though? Because he said he's just going to go to Mars?
Okay, yeah, he's going to Mars.
He's like sitting back, like kind of laughing at them.
yeah,
I think,
he's
you
like,
know?
oh, go for it, you know.
He's got
been
more
there,
of,
done
like-
that.
Yeah.
You
Yeah. I
know?
feel like he's got that mentality.
But you know what's funny? Like, makes this even more of a dick measuring contest is that
What's that?
Jeff Bezos' rocket is shaped like a dick.
Yep.
Like,
That's so funny, dude.
It's got like a little mini mushroom tip, you know.
It's like very Austin Powers-ish. I don't know if you guys
yeah,
remember
there you go.
that.
Yeah,
you're right.
yeah.
Like the cock and balls, like, sort
Yeah.
of like shape, you know, that.
oh, you're
yeah.
right. You're
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
You're like, what is he? You saw it on the radar. Like,
I remember they would do like all those, like those innuendo jokes, you know, like, oh my God, it looks like a big Johnson. Hey, get over here. Come take a look at this thing. And it was like a bunch of like cut frames, you know, like
yeah.
it was pretty dope.
oh my God, we have to make that meme where like, here you see Jeff Bezos launching, and then it just cuts to the scenes from Austin Powers.
Perfect. So
Yeah.
sick.
We're going to post that for you guys.
Yeah. But
What's
it's so
his
funny,
rocket
man.
called? Blue Origin?
His space company is called Blue Origin. Yes.
Alright.
Which doesn't really sound to me like a space company or like an
Sounds like a cover
interesting
band.
space company.
It sounds like a cover
Blue
band.
Origin.
You
At
guys
least,
gonna go see Blue Origin tonight?
yeah.
Yeah.
They're playing at Whiskey Pete's.
Yep. Down at the old local watering hole.
Yeah.
But Branson's company at least sounds freaking cool. It's got Virgin Galactic, you know?
Oh, yeah.
I think adding that galactic made it sound more like spectacular.
He's got
You
the
know?
Virgin name, but Jeff Bezos got the penis-shaped rocket. So
Ah,
he's really getting
oh.
fucked. You know?
Wow, that's
All
interesting.
these innuendos.
Yeah,
Didn't realize
I'm telling you,
that.
it's all about
Blue Origin, maybe
Yeah.
blue balls.
There you
You
go.
know, there's a lot of like.
Elon Musk, you know the Musk you made.
Ah.
Trying to tie it in all together.
Yeah, I know.
But
The
I did think it was
patriarchy
interesting that.
continues.
Yeah.
Oh, it's gonna be Space Triple X.
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
That's
Don't take our
nice.
ideas.
Yeah, don't please.
But like billionaires are just like they're just bored now, so they're just like, oh,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to space. Like,
yeah,
pretty
that's
much,
Pretty
yeah.
much what they're doing.
I mean,
They're
think
selling
about it. They
seats.
got so much money. They're like, why do I need to invest in another business? Or
I
okay, let's
mean-
go out there and invest outside in
What-
in
what
the
do I need-
galaxy. You know?
Mind you, it's very, very frivolous. In the respect of like how many things we're dealing with on planet Earth.
Yeah.
And you've got these people that are so rich that they just want to fucking experience a moment of weightlessness, you know, at the cost of
Go in a pool.
200,000 a pop, you know,
Yeah.
200 grand to 250 a pop. That's like ridiculous, dude. People were talking about this. Other like environmentalists were like, this is ridiculous. We have
Yeah.
like power, like you know, not shortages, but we're dealing with power issues right now.
Yeah.
We're dealing with water issues.
Materials
Yes.
issues.
We're dealing with
everything.
famine and all this shit, but you have these fucking rich people that are so fucking like ridiculously rich that they're propelling themselves
I'm going to space.
to be astronauts. Yeah, to get that fucking the wings, you know.
Yeah.
What was freaking Dave Chappelle's bit where it's like, to the moon, bitch? Like, what
That's what they're doing, man. They want to go to the moon.
dude? My question was like, I had to like, you know, my good capitalist American mind kind of set in like, are we obviously we're allowed to, but you know, are we allowed to like criticize billionaires or people like that? People like, are we allowed to criticize how people spend their money?
I mean,
if we're gonna say like we're,
I have an opinion. So.
Yeah, but thankfully we can express our
Yeah.
opinion at any fucking
America.
moment. And
but I
yeah.
feel like almost is it different for the billionaires? Because I mean, obviously, like it's different to say like, oh, there's a homeless issue, like, and what we do with our money, like, we're like, oh, like, I mean, with our money we can feed the one homeless dude, we can
Yeah.
help the one guy, but like with Jeff Bezos, I mean, he can literally stop homelessness, like
Yeah.
he can end it, like,
Yeah.
I mean, he has that type of money, so like,
And it won't even it's not even a scratch in his bucket.
I know he'll just write it off.
Probably
as,
not.
boom.
Probably not, dude. You're right. There's a
Like
lot of money. He's got a lot of
imagine that.
money.
Like I feel like I've looked it up before, but like it's like maybe 4 or 5 billion. How many billions does he have? 4 or 5 billion he needs to spend to like end.
Oh,
homelessness.
to end like it's some crazy to end like world hunger or something.
Yeah.
It's some number like that, like $6 billion.
Yeah.
And he's worth he's trillions, right?
No, it's like I think he's got like
Oh, no.
260 billion, right?
Oh, he's up. Yeah. Oh, dude, like his
So, like-
his wife got more in the settlement.
Yeah,
than-
yeah.
Wow.
So like all he needs to do is like, all right, here you go.
Yeah.
That's
You know.
why my question was like, are we allowed to hold like billionaires to like a different standard? Like, I mean, at the same time, you want to say like, oh yeah, their money, they earned it, type thing.
Yeah.
But I mean, you could critique how they earned it. How they're paying their employees, how they're running their company,
Mhm.
which I would say gives us free range to be like, hey, dude, you need to probably doing better with that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, like part of me wants to be in
Yeah.
that realm, but I do see the other side of it, like where you're like kind of like, oh, it's free market,
Yeah.
they did this, like it's their money, it's their money, let them do it.
They're just playing the game.
Yeah. I feel like, they obviously earned it and rightfully so, but I don't know.
rightfully
I mean,
so.
not rightfully, but
I mean, he did
Um,
create something that we've adapted to, and this is how
legitimately, legitimately, I should say. He created a business, and that business turned into what it is now. Which is way more than he ever probably imagined.
I agree with
From,
the
selling books.
the idea of creating a business and being able to, but like I think this could be a whole different topic, but the idea, like, I mean, the practices that Amazon did to
Oh, for sure,
like
yeah.
the anti, like, what do you call it, the monopoly practices that he did, the anti competition,
Yeah.
where he would like strong hand other competitors so that Amazon would become the top dog type
Right.
thing.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
I mean, we could argue about those.
yeah,
It's tough. That's just the fight.
it's not polite, but it's not illegal.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean-
I think they are illegal.
I mean, he paid him out though, so that's all said and done.
yeah, they shouldn't have took the money.
they had a chance. You had the chance. You guys could have been the change. You could have stopped him before he became Lex Luthor.
Yeah, before he got that maniacal laugh.
Oh,
But no, it's interesting because I think, however he got the money, I think that everyone that does get to that certain point should sort of like give back somehow. I think everyone has that growing into the money, like
Yeah.
right now, I feel like, okay, as I grow into whatever money I'm aiming for, I always have something in the back of my head, like, okay, you know what, whenever I have dollars or change, I put that in a little compartment in my car so I can give it out to the homeless when I'm driving out
Yeah.
the freeway,
Mhm.
Those are like the little things that I've already, changed for myself, Before, when I didn't have no money to give out, I didn't give it, but
because you couldn't. Yeah.
yeah, now that I do, I'll be like, oh, I got some change. All of the change I'm giving away, like
Yeah.
I don't want the fucking change, like fuck that shit. I've gotten to that point, where I don't want change on me,
Pennies.
So I'm giving that away, it only feels right, like that's a little bit of money that I know I can give away, and they know how much they can give away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm sure they contribute somehow.
I'm
I know,
sure, yeah, I know
he
they
was
are.
doing some backwards shit though. He was
Yeah.
doing some like not backwards, but kind of like backhanded, where he was creating like a sort of ecosystem. I don't know if you guys heard about this, but it was a building where they were going to basically have housed employees.
Oh,
Dude,
yeah.
it was going to be
Oh,
fucking
I did hear
ridiculous. They were
about-
going to
yeah.
start training children, like not training, but educating them. It was going to be everything. Like a daycare center, education center, food,
Did hear about
shelter,
this. Yes.
everything, dude.
Wow.
Meanwhile, they're working for Amazon, which that's a backhanded kind of
Yeah,
like
yeah,
The Clone
you know?
Wars.
Yeah.
yeah.
So I get it. Like he chose where to put that, contribution. Like hey, I'll supply you
can all
with
go
the
to
whole
space.
life, yeah.
I'll give you everything you need. Just work for me.
You're just going to be the ones that dig out fucking Mars,
Yeah.
Like, that's the only catch.
This makes me think. We just the Netflix series that we just watched. I don't know if you talk it with the superhero one.
Oh, the
Jupiter-
Legion. Or no.
Jupiter's Rise.
Oh, Jupiter.
I didn't watch that,
Jupiter
yeah.
something. What is it?
Jupiter's Legacy. Jupiter's Legacy.
Something.
I don't know.
I watched the first 3 or 4 episodes.
Well, in that series, they question like they're superheroes, right? They question what they're supposed to do with their superpowers. Like what's the type of the ethics code that the superheroes are supposed to live by?
Right.
Because they have all this power. What are they supposed to do with it? And it's a similar, like in my mind, I'm thinking like it's a similar kind of question with billionaires. Like in a sense, they have a certain amount of power, and it's like what are the ethics that they're supposed to live by? Like if there was a real life Superman, does he have a responsibility to go around saving people? And would we hold him to that standard?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And kind of the same thing. Well, this is more mine goes with the billionaires. Like they have the power or resources to help so many people. Should they be required to do, or should we look at them as should they have to do that, or do we do Hey, I know it's a gray
No
area.
one should have to do anything, but I mean, it's like I don't know if you ever had this idea before, but I've thought about this before about kind of goes hand in hand with that homelessness, dude. I don't know why, as a country or as a society, we didn't have it already set. Maybe this did happen once upon a time back in the day, where people would have their dinner.
This could be like a resource.
They would have their dinner at the end of the night. You would bag that up, put it on your front porch, so the homeless can just walk around and then collecting free food. You know,
Yeah.
and it's quality. Obviously, you get into the now where people would be like, people will poison it, or people will do something or something malicious. That's now. People are fucked up in the head.
Yeah.
But had we have said this like early when we first started like building this great nation of ours, I feel like there's a lot of things that we do like out of habit as a person, and as a fucking like wiping your ass, that's a great thing to do.
It's a very good thing
it's
to do.
obviously a habit,
Yeah.
and it was taught early, man. Had we done these other good habits,
I get what you're saying. So
maybe
like,
it might have created this ecosystem that would help that. I know they were doing this like in Italy or somewhere else in the world. Like this is not a new idea, but there was another place that practiced it, and the homelessness is much different. It's not like the homeless that we deal with, where there's people on the streets laying down. It's just people that are down and out,
Yeah.
more or less. They'll still try to
Okay.
get work and still do whatever, but they don't have enough to feed themselves or to always be fed.
Yeah.
interesting.
Makes sense.
I don't know,
It's
man.
like almost a social welfare program they should have.
I know.
Yeah, I mean, think about it. Think about like those little things, where we waste. They could have benefited someone or something.
Yeah.
And that comes to like the bigger question of like what like with your resources, whether it be extra food from your dinner or whether it be billions of dollars,
Yeah.
like we should hope that people want to do more with it, and you get into that gray area of like, and you're right, like nobody's gonna come like with machine guns and say like, oh, Richard Branson, you have to go pay for everybody in Florida their thing, like
Yeah.
But I think we can as like put like this.
Florida.
I don't know. Like we can't put that social pressure on it. We're like, hey, like this person that has less than you is, trying to do more. Like, I guess that's where I'm coming from. Like maybe not a actual like, what do you call it, a legal pressure, but like maybe a social thing.
Yeah. And I mean, we may be getting ahead of ourselves. I've done no research. I don't know any other.
I think you'd have organizations.
Yeah. They could have multiple homeless shelters, across this great nation of ours. I don't know. So kind of speaking out of context here, but
That's how we
just
do
an
things
opinion,
here.
just a thought. Yep.
Shoot from the hip.
Absolutely,
Shoot from
man.
the hip. Sometimes we miss, sometimes
Yep.
we're a good shot.
Man, sometimes that hip fire, you'll fucking catch something right on the mark, though.
Check out full episodes of the Strange Noise podcast on Spotify. Episodes also available on your favorite podcast platform.